We have to stop Sir Kelzelik.
Don't you think it's about time you dropped the sir?
He always treated us Danans with such warmth and kindness. Did he have such bad intentions all along? I just can't bring myself to believe it.
Forget about intentions. We should assume he's the one who's behind all these incidents. It's not surprising to me that there are Renans in Menancia who resent Dohalim, but I didn't expect one would be so close to him.
Yes, I suppose you're right. I guess all of us here in Menancia are still some way off from being a truly united realm, aren't we?
Are you going to be okay, Kisara?
I don't know, but I definitely don't want things to end like this. Please, lend me your strength.
Of course. Anyone who tries to oppress others is our enemy, and we'll gladly stand against them. Besides, I want to believe that this realm really can do better too. I thought we'd see fighting throughout the city, but it's dead quiet.
Either Dohalim's allies have been arrested, or they're keeping a low profile.
Meaning the rebels are occupying the palace? Then let's hurry up and kick those bastards out. This place is awfully quiet for a siege palace.
Such a huge place is spooky without all those people here.
They're probably waiting to ambush us.
With so few Renans here, I guess this is what it's like when the Danans are expelled and the ruling minority are all that's left. My money's on them using Zeugles to even the odds.
I don't even see any Danan guardsmen.
The fact that they're not at their stations tells me they really have been driven out. We all swore an oath of loyalty to Lord Dohalim. My fellow guards wouldn't abandon their post lightly.
Speaking of which, where the heck is he?
How could this be happening?
Any idea where we should go in the main building?
Let's try the Lord's chamber.
Worth a shot.
Hey Law, you can bust that wall open, can't you?
Cannonball.
On second thought,
Kisara, do you have any idea just what Kelzelik might be planning at the palace?
It's hard to say. I've never seen him use any powerful arts, and I don't think he's particularly skilled with any weapons either. However, I have noticed him accompanied by something strange from time to time.
What kind of strange?
I don't know. I couldn't see anything with him, but I could sense something was there. Probably some sort of Zeugle.
An invisible Zeugle?
We'd better be careful in any case. I'd rather we not find out after it jumps us and tries to rip our throats out.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
For the Lord!
got flyers!
I've got this! Let a marksman handle it!
All yours!
Let me have
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
it! Here I go! Welcome, weak! I never miss!
Astral Force?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
Do it! Lightning!
Take
Denied! Steering on!
This one's all mine! You picked it up! We're not finished!
First strike!
Thunder Blade!
Storm! Good things come to me.
Rising Wyvern!
It's over!
Time to let it rip! Destruction! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
First strike!
What is it?
Now I'm in the groove!
Now! Astral Energy!
Say no more!
With this, I can become even stronger. I won't forgive you!
This will never see what I can do!
Far enough!
Pissed off!
So much for talking it out! Tiger Blade! Tiger Blade!
Eat this!
Healing Blade! Meteor!
Not done!
Rip and tear!
Back into the fray!
Destruction!
Searing Flame!
Rising Wyvern!
Tiger Blade! Water! Hear my call! Red! Red! Tiger Blade! Not in your dreams! Look sharp! This one's mine! This one's mine! Water! Hear my call! Flaming Meteor! Glacial Spear! Pierce Evil! Freeze Lancer! Going in! Their walks are interrupted! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Away!
Everyone hanging in there?
I'll smash you!
This one's mine!
You picked the wrong fight!
Watch for their range! Fire support!
Bring them down!
Blaze Lancer!
Fire blade! Make it break!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Hear me! Flame of
Fire!
Fury!
Eat this!
Try harder!
Fire blade!
Rising Wyvern!
Lost! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
I need to be stronger.
do my best!
Seal!
Bring him down!
Here's the evil!
One more! Tiger Blade! Rolling Hurricane!
Rising Wiper!
No blade can stand up to these
Evil!
fists!
Wind Lancer!
Hurricane!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
One more!
Healing
Tiger Blade!
Rising Air Support!
You're mine! One more!
You're mine!
Here's the evil!
Tiger Blade and Rip!
Now you see what I can do! My shield?
If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Loaded! Eat this! I'll win this one!
Now! Nothing gets by me!
I'm only getting started!
Make it rain!
Frozen!
Hammer!
An astral art?
That's my cue!
Shut him down!
This one's mine!
Here's a healing art!
This one's mine!
Now I'm real mad!
Destruction!
First aid!
This one's mine!
Dance!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine! We're not finished!
Watch
Dragon
it!
Shell!
Destruction!
Going in!
Blow
Here's
away!
the flame! Reload!
You're on!
Here's a healing art!
It's over! Destruction!
Make it rain!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! I can feel my power growing! What's this thing? So what is Mahag Sar exactly?
One of the 5 realms of Dana. From the sound of it, Kelzelik had some dealings with them.
No choice!
Engaging! Armor won't save you!
I'm gone! You're done! Take this!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
It's over!
You think that shield will hold you?
Bring him down!
You're mine! This one's over! We got flyers!
I've got this! That's my cue!
All yours! It's over!
Storm!
Look sharp! Make it rain!
Take this!
Do it! Get toasty!
Bird strike!
This one's mine! Make it rain!
Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest!
I'll heal you all!
I'm on it!
Going in!
Healing circle!
Going in!
Eat this!
Appreciate it!
Glimmer dragon!
Burn!
Spread! Hammy! Flame of
I'm not done!
We're not finished!
Radiant Pierce!
I'm out of ammo!
Carve through armor!
One target! Iron Radiant!
Take this!
Hammy! Flame of Fury!
Going in! One more!
You're finished!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Take it! Go! It's over!
Flaming meteor!
Take this!
Hammy! Flame of Fury!
Going in!
I'm on it!
Going in!
There's always room for improvement.
This'll make us even more formidable.
Through! For my lord!
He does it!
Far enough!
Talon Storm! Constantine!
I can read your moves like a book.
I see one, eh?
Its armor's too strong.
Be my guest!
Rising Watcher!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade! Hammer
Goodbye!
Eagle Sword!
We're not finished!
Tiger Blade!
Take this! It's over!
Take anything in order! Tiger Blade!
My shield! Rising Watcher!
This one it was nice while it lasted. Going in!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Barely a blip on our radar.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn!
Tiger Blade!
You picked the wrong fight!
They really
Now I'm
don't give
real
up,
mad.
do they?
Tiger Blade! Eagle Dive! Going in! Denied!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Going in!
That's it!
It's in the sky, it's mine!
It's over! You're finished!
I can carve through armor!
Look sharp! Tiger Blade! Looks like we got them all. I think this is a key to the noble room of the castle.
A noble what?
The room at the northern end of this floor. Maybe the release mechanism is in there.
That enemy looks strong. I bet it'll be worth our while to fight it. Don't get careless!
Don't tell me!
Going in!
Don't punch that gun out of your hand!
I see one, eh?
Just let it roll down.
Hold on! Bring you back to the place!
No escape!
Bring you back on deck to finish!
You're finished!
Tiger Blade!
Destruction!
This one is mine!
Its armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest!
Tiger Blade! Here for it! Freeze Lantern!
Here I come!
Nothing gets by me!
Annihilation!
Not today!
Flame of Fury!
You're mine!
Tiger
I
Blade!
never miss!
Rising Wyvern!
This one's mine! Hear my
It's
call!
over!
One more! Tiger Blade!
Fury burning strike!
Water! Hear my call!
Tiger Blade! Destruction! Rising Wyvern!
I owe you one. Now
Take that blade!
I can carve through them.
My shield! Rising Wyvern!
Tiger Blade.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
I need to be stronger.
Gotta break through! Now you'll learn!
Here goes the shot. Piercing water.
Take this!
Blade and fish. Tiger Blade. Leave the charge.
This one!
This one's mine.
Not today! Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
All finishes here and now. Time to shine.
Where are you going?
First strike. Talon Storm.
Confiscated!
Do it.
All right. There are enemy forces here, too?
They must be predicting our movements and deploying accordingly.
So they figured we were coming all along, is that it?
Hey, look at that enemy! It's shining!
I won't show you any mercy!
Bring him down. Tiger Blade.
Astral Arts?
That's my field!
Shut him down!
Tiger down. You're on.
I'm on this!
I'll push it through. Take this. Tiger Blade.
Blade Alpha! Go fly! I'm on! It's over!
Burning strike.
You're mine!
Denied.
Burn it all!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen. Is that some kind of note the rebels left?
Hey, it mentions the release mechanism we're looking for. But
This isn't enough to go on. Right.
Right. That equipment should come in handy. Dispose of the trash.
Engaging!
This one's mine!
Soaring Alpha!
I'm the true gunbringer around here. Glacial
Soaring
shield.
Alpha!
This one's mine! Anything in order is all mine.
Now in the groove! You're spinning! Swallow dance!
I'll heal you all.
Take this!
Tiger blade.
You picked the wrong fight! I owe you one!
Eagle fly.
Here I come!
Annihilation.
It's
Major
over!
blade.
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone.
There's always room for improvement.
Another note from the rebels.
If we combine it with the note we found before, then there should be a key inside a cabinet in the office.
Great. Let's see if we can find it. Even if Danans and Renans aren't on completely equal footing here, both sides still cared about each other. And now we have to fight some of those same Renans inside the palace.
Don't forget. We're here fighting to keep what makes this realm so special alive.
Get lost!
Bring him down!
That's it! Tiger away! Not on my watch!
Ready to go! I'm going in! Rip and tear! Throwing Alpha! Dragon Diving Meteor!
I'm only getting started!
Look sharp! Split it open! Be my guest!
Tiger Blade! Into the shadows!
This one's all mine!
Omega Ray!
Ignite!
Dracula! I'm all stopped up! Tiger Blade!
Glimmer Dragon! Diving Meteor!
Water!
Here I go!
Shield! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Radiant? Where are you going?
Tiger Blade! Whip and tear! It's over!
Ready! Mega Ray!
One more!
Not on my
to an
watch!
end.
Tiger Blade! Flame of Steel!
Demon's Descent! Flashing Fang!
I've used a bit too much healing.
Did that finally get rid of the wall?
To think they would hide it in Lord Dohalim's personal quarters. The nerve of these people.
They won't get away with it for much longer.
That's right. We have to hurry to the Lord's chamber. Let's go!
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Bad feeling about this.
This one's mine! Eat this! Water, hear my call!
Airborne beast. My special.
I owe you one. Water, hear my call!
Blind freaks! Why can't they just sit still?
Sia, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Shattering the pieces! Attack time! Mega Ray! Talon Hurricane! Annihilation! Eagle Dawn! Talon Hurricane!
Now or never.
Dash in the wind!
This one's mine.
Oh, now I'm real mad!
I'm surrounded! Here I go!
Double demon blast!
Hurricane!
My turn!
Mega Ray!
Burn in hell!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Thunder Field!
Dragon shell!
Light
Here
Astro!
we go!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
The astral energy is surging around me.
How do you even know about all that astrally stuff?
Same way I know what you...
All right.
There's nowhere to run from my art! When he slows down, that's our chance!
Eagle Fly!
In a bind?
Lightning Condemn! Reload! Thunder
Here I come! Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
Watch and work! Wind Astral
I'll finish you
Energy!
here and now!
Cascading! Flame of Fury!
Hurricane!
Water!
No
Hear
further.
My call!
Rip and tear!
Spread!
Take it! It's over! Prepare to be sealed!
Supernova! Raging Cascade!
Can't get out of this!
Sleep now.
Dragon
Get
shell!
on in there with the others.
Look here!
Take this!
Talon storm!
Shining Supernova!
Can't get out of this!
Mega Ray! Annihilation! Swallow Ray!
I'm not...
Take this!
Hello, Dan!
get out of this! I'm on it! Raining slash!
Seal!
Now I'm in the groove! Here I come! You're finished!
You require a hand.
Swallow dare! Take this! You're finished! You're mine! Talon Hurricane! Talon Storm!
You require a hand.
Glacial
Here I
Spear.
come!
Here's the evil!
It's over!
Freeze Lancer! Lightning
Can't get
Orb!
out of this! I'm on it!
Mega
Here I
Ray!
come! Ready to go!
I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Wind Astral
Kiss it!
Energy! Lightning
You're
Condemned!
finished!
Thunderblade!
I'm on destruction!
You require a
Do it! Kisara! Commander of Heaven! Phoenix Cyclone!
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course. That treasure. What a sweet-sounding ring it has.
You really think so?
I need to be stronger.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
No holding back!
This'll be a piece of cake!
I owe you one.
Don't mind if I do!
I'm on it! Watch it!
Fall into thy
Damn it!
own depth!
Eat them!
This help?
Blow away!
I owe you one.
One more time!
going?
Got flyers!
I got this! Let
No
a marksman
further.
handle it! Lightning
All
strike!
yours.
Cascade!
Eagle Fly!
Seal!
Astral art?
That's my cue!
There you go!
Shut him down!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I
No,
think.
nope, that isn't silly.
Blew away! You're mine!
Spirit flame! Reload! Yeah, I'm
You're
out!
finished!
Frozen!
Hammer!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
It's on!
Shiny Supernova!
You picked the wrong fight! Now or
Dance in
never!
the wind! Not on my watch!
You're finished!
Raging Cascade! I'm all stocked up!
Not done yet!
Annihilation! Sleep now!
I'm on it! I'll end you!
Will this help? This swirl! Up and down! Let's go! Healing circle!
Big
Thanks.
blast!
Let's
I know
go!
done!
Lightning Thunderblade!
Radiant blast! Nothing gets by
I'm out of
me!
ammo!
Eagle Assault!
Back into the
Can't
fray!
get out of this!
Magna Let the marksman handle this! Swirl!
Here I come! It's over!
I'm on a roll now!
Blow away!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Now! Eagle Assault! Demons Descend! Flashing Fang!
I wonder if I'm as strong as my dad was.
One day I think you'll surpass him.
I wonder when.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Here's evil!
Eat dirt!
Eagle Assault!
Breathe
I'll
laser!
smash you!
Take this!
Dragon! I'm just
over.
getting started!
Pesky airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours
When did I
truly!
get so popular? Eat this! Dragon
Blew
down!
away!
Hear my call!
Blew away! You're mine!
Watch it! Dragon down!
Hear my call!
Not my finest.
Stay away from my friend!
Glacial spear! Here's evil! Lightning
You're
descent!
finished!
I'm ready!
Destruction!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss!
Burn in hell!
Photon! Lightning
Take
descent!
this!
Damn it! They'll pay for that!
Healing circle!
Dragon
Take
down!
this! Okay, here I go.
We got the advantage!
Good.
Hear my call!
Just have to make sure we keep it.
Don't worry, because log
Here's
on!
evil!
You're on!
Breathe laser!
Stardust!
Do
Here I
it!
come!
Kisara, I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your life!
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
You weren't messing around.
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Here I come! It's over! Crush!
I can't hold on much
bait,
longer!
You require a hand.
Now you see what I watch this!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Ignore!
Don't mind if I do!
Take that!
Here's evil! Light astral into the wind!
This one's mine!
Spear! Here's evil! Freeze Lancer!
Eat this!
I'll heal the wall! I'm on a roll! Healing
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Lightning!
You're mine! Talon sword!
Here I go! Spread! Hear me!
Swallow dance!
Burning strike! There's more where that came from.
Brace yourself! This one's tough!
Denied! You're mine!
Here, let me
You're finished! I have no limits!
Glacial Spear!
It's
Here's
on!
evil! Leave the enemy's arts to me!
No complaints here!
You're mine! It's over!
I'll smash you!
Okay.
I'm sorry to be bothered.
We've all got enough on us.
Yes, ma'am!
Blow away! I'm not feeling so great. Any more of this and I'll burn out. No! Can't end here!
Annihilation!
Blow
Into
away!
the shadows!
This should do it!
Here's a healing orb! Alright!
In a vine?
Nothing
gets by me!
Do it! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say? More for the top pile!
Prepare to be sealed, O Queen. Actually,
Let's talk in more doing. I'll end this with my own hands! I can feel the medicine working. Lightning condensed!
Destruction! Prepare to be sealed!
Hear my
Greetings come to an end!
It's time to finish this! Die! Consuming wildfire! Water, hear my call! Dance in the wind! Sweet now, glacial spear!
Take this! It's over!
Eagle fly!
Destruction!
Talon sword!
Mirage!
Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of
I'm
Ram!
on a roll now!
Strike!
Burn!
Ready to go! Lightning condensed!
Mine!
I'm
Not
expert coming
fighting.
through! Water, hear my call!
Denied!
Spread! I feel stronger. I mean, a bit.
Good. We're counting on you, Rinwell.
On me? Well, I'll do my best. More Danon ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
What's this thing? What's this thing? I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, we have reached the top. It's all downhill from here, quite literally.
So Mahag Sar's just up ahead then?
Indeed. If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
a really bad feeling about this.
Here.
Evil. You got company.
Raging Cascade! I hope this thing is
Raging
In a vine? You're mine! Destruction!
Water, hear my call! Water, hear my call!
Fluid
Ready to go!
Dragon Swarm!
Tunnel! Far enough! Eagle take this!
Fluid escape!
Mega Ray!
Destruction!
Don't mind if I do!
Mega Ray! This one's mine!
We've turned the tables on them.
There's still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Now!
Jill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Dance in the wind!
You're mine!
Here I come!
Hurricane!
You're finished! Jill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished. That's some power you wield.
You're the one who did the heavy lifting.
Man, I hope I live long enough to regret in a vine.
Any more of this and I'll burn out. Destruction!
They got me flanked.
You're mine!
Big blast.
You're finished! Raining shot! Dragon Swarm!
Here's our call!
Now I'm in the
Evil! Air thrust!
Denied!
Freeze blaster!
Destruction!
Raging
Take this!
Reload! Sleep now. I'll be saving
Now you see what I can do.
Reload! I'm out of ammo. I'm also field.
You picked the wrong fight!
We are freaking invincible.
Ethan and the others truly are strong.
No. What about me?
Sleep now.
Destruction!
I never miss. Let's get you off confiscated.
Dragon Shell!
Lightning dimension.
Destruction! You're mine! You're finished!
Glacial Spear. Here's evil. Freeze blaster. Supernova. Raging Cascade.
Here I come!
I'm on.
It's over! It's on!
Burning!
I won't be able to heal you for much longer.
Maybe we should head back?
Through these lands most verdant green, my eyes alight for sights unseen. In Menancia, pure and pristine.
What is it you see exactly?
That's not for me to say.
Still thinking about how to act around Dohalim?
That obvious, huh? Except I don't think I'll be changing much after all. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would with you or anyone else. For as long as I can remember, I've spent my life protecting others. But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along. But it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's help enough.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
Etiquette?
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes, I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply unsettling. It concerns me greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's because I was given the opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
Hey, let's stop for a minute.
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Sar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already! I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
Been looking for you.
For me, why?
He's tough.
Who are you? You said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Burning storm!
Eat them!
Glacial Spear! Here goes! Now's our chance!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Thank you.
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a compliment.
Nope, that'd be silly.
Here's a healing art!
First aid! Eagle Attack! And again! Mega Ray!
Take this!
Annihilation! Radiant Pierce! Not in your dreams!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
In a bind?
Tunnel! Resuscitation! Leave the chargers!
I owe you one.
Entertain
Far
me.
enough! Lightning! Downfall!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
You're mine!
Resuscitation!
Take
Disregard
this.
wall! Light astral energy! Healing circle!
Enjoy. No! There you go! Can't end here!
Back again with the wind! Air annihilation! Light astral energy!
I'll bring you back from Death's Abyss!
In here!
I was overconfident.
Lightning orb! Alright, it's showtime!
Do you require a hand?
I can't feel anything.
Finished?
I want to be your...
Something feels odd here. Be on your...
What's up? You already tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as...
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you? Not today!
This one, do
Now!
not!
While it's freely!
Take it down!
Tiger Blade!
Take this.
Radiant Pierce!
Who the hell are you? Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Time to shine! Hurricane! Red!
Where are you going?
First strike! Take this! Tiger Blade! Glimmer
Try
Dragon!
harder! Not a chance!
Healing
Destruction! It's too too much!
So much for sitting this fight out.
That wouldn't be a complaint, I hear.
Nope, that isn't silly.
Street Laser! This one's mine!
Take this!
Will this help?
Not today!
Healing circle! Going in!
Okay, here I go!
Eagle assault! Annihilation! Hear me! Flame of
Shot!
fury! Burning!
Here I come!
Run off! Hear my call! Going in!
Look shot!
Here, let me help.
Ready to go! Glimmer dragon!
Fall.
Eagle assault! This one's mine!
Take this!
Armor won't save
This
you!
one's
Die.
mine! Here's the door!
I have no limits! Take this!
This one's mine!
Enjoy. Why'd you hit
This
it?
one's mine!
Right.
Hands off!
Eat this!
You're mine!
Going in!
You're finished! Take
Here
this!
I go!
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you? Till next time. Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I. It's not as bad as it looks.
Not bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine, really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest.
Hey. Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Nias, the capital of Mahag Sar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest. It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened. This is horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danons and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danons rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Something wrong? You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about